بسم الله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه ومن والاه. Brothers and sisters, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to lecture number 2 in the social attitude in Islam. The first lecture we talk about how the Aqidah and the verses revealed to Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam when he was in Mecca was including Aqidah to build up the Muslim character and his heart and his Iman, and in the same time many of the social values and teachers came with Aqidah. And this is not accidentally, subhanallah. And he is the creator. He knows how to build up the character by aqidah and by akhlaq and by social attitude. So this is how important it is. Before we start the second lecture, I want to say this lecture is full of love if we think about it and how we will take it. And I don't want, or this what happen usually, somebody will listen to what we are saying and said, oh, they are talking to somebody else, not me, I am good. No, it's for you, it's for everybody. You will find that everybody of us has something must be reformed inside him or her. So let us agree it's for all of us. Somebody will say, I will change the world. No, my dear, change yourself. First, change yourself, your people, your family around you, the people you love, and then the whole world will change, inshallah. So, why Islam put these social values in this high level? Because we know that Allah wants khair, wants peace, wants love to His creation. He put for us this guidance to have a better life. I never see somebody and I never ask somebody, are you happy? And he said, yes. All over the world, everybody feel he's looking for happiness. Everybody running after happiness. And unfortunately, nobody rich or poor, educated or not educated, black or white, everybody. The point is, why? Because simply they don't agree and they did not reach what is happiness. And people think happiness is a destination. When I have money, I will be happy. And when he's rich, no happiness. Okay, I will be happy if I got married. After marriage, he's not happy. Okay, when I get kids, so on and so on. And we don't know that happiness is way of life more than it is destination. It is how you deal with things, with the events in this life, with the trials in this life, with a peaceful heart, with Iman. Allah said, من عمل صالحا من ذكر أو أنثى وهو مؤمن لنحيينه حياة طيبة ولنجزينهم أجرهم بأحسن ما كانوا يعملون. النحل 97. In English, whoever does good, whether male or female, and he is a believer, mu'min. You see, Iman is condition. We will most certainly make his life, make him live a happy life, and reward for the best of what they did. And Nahl 97. How we can reach this without a good society we are living in. How we reach this if we are bad to each other, if we are hate each other, if we are jealous from each other, cannot be done. Happiness will not be there. You know, I met a lot of rich people. One was super rich, what they call them milliardaire. And he told me, I don't know why I'm not happy. And when we discuss it, we find he's very irritated why his brother is more richer, or why his cousin is more successful, or the other has better yachts or jet, something craziness. And he's not happy because this. Whatever he has, not let him reach this, because no iman. And this what we are looking at. So we have to know that we are, as a Muslims, we are like a spotlight in this dark world, dark social world. Everywhere in the world, the societies nowadays suffering a lot. You know, we have Balik Islam from different countries, Europe, Canada, America, Africa, Asia, everywhere. And when they talk about their societies and how they embrace Islam, you can find it is a disaster. And it is a fake freedom, fake happiness, fake everything. So Islam is really this spotlight. But when I talk about Iman and Islam, I'm talking this Iman which if touch their hearts, is let all your feelings, all your senses, you know, bowing down to Allah, humble, and love everybody, love the creation of Allah, and mercy them, and pity them, and give them hands. Not these people who are dealing, Iman is not in their heart. And then when they talk very good. You find the person talk about Iman, about moralities, about principles, about be good to everybody. And when he start to deal with people, he's different. For that, Allah said, يا أيها الذين آمنوا لما تقولون ما لا تفعلون كبر مقتا عند الله أن تقولوا ما لا تفعلون. This As-Saf 2 and 3. O you, the believer, O you who believe, why do you say that which you do not do? It is the most hateful to Allah to do that. Surah As-Saf 2 and 3. And this, if you look at it, you will find many of us fell down in this problem. You can find Sheikh, call him Sheikh, talk and talk, wow. And then you find him, he's a bad husband, he's a bad father, he's a bad son, he's a bad in the society. You know, as Umar ibn al-Khattab radiallahu anhu said, don't judge a person from his prayer and his reading of Quran and nice voice, nice tajweed, nice everything, but judge him according his dealing in dirham and dinar, means his financial dealing with the others, because they show his reality. How many talk about Islam, and if he borrow money he never return it, or he never give the rights of the others, or this is not Iman. This is hypocrisy. So that's why Islam put these social moralities related and twinning with Aqidah and with Iman, because it is showing the reality if Iman is in your heart, real or not. We talk about that this social values of Islam based on 4 foundations. The first one is the clear and right Aqidah, and we'll talk about it in details. The second one, deep understanding and right understanding for the religion of Islam, the comprehensive understanding, not part and part and part. The third one is to clean our hearts and souls from the heart's diseases we have, and this sickness in the heart of the people, of hate, of jealousy, and so on. To clean this. The fourth foundation is to study and understand deep the social obligation on us and social rights of us for everybody around us, Muslims or non-Muslims. Let us talk now about the first foundation we talk about, which is the Aqidah and the clear and the right Aqidah. And before we talk about Aqidah, because there's a lot of misunderstanding about it, and a lot of people talk about Aqidah without understanding what is Aqidah. And first, in language, in Arabic, Aqidah coming from Uqda, and Uqda means a knot. You know, when you get a rope and make a knot, means something strong, you know, you are committed to. So for that, the Arabs, when they said about I did the contract, a marriage contract, for example, it is Aqd, marriage, zawaj, Aqd, any contract, it's Aqd. Why Aqd? Why is not? Why like this? Because you have to be committed to the article of this Aqd. You have to committed, even the Aqd is verbal. You know, in Islam, you have to follow what you agree about. So Uqda with Allah means you make this agreement, this commitment to Allah. And when we see the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, what he was doing 13 years in Medina, you know, most of the verses of Quran revealed to him in Medina is talk about Aqidah, about to settle up this in the heart of the people. But do you think Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam spent 13 years just teaching the people Arkan al-Iman Sitta? الإيمان بالله وملائكته وكتبه ورسله واليوم الآخر والقدر خيره وشره. That's all? Of course not. 13 years he built up the Muslim Aqidah, how the Muslim to belong to Allah with everything in his life, in every step in his life, in every breath from his heart, to be committed to Allah, to belong to Allah, to be biased to Allah, you know, and this needs to build up the character. This is the real Aqidah, because without, when you know theoretically the Aqidah, without you feel it, you apply it in your life, it's nothing at the end. And here, you know, I just comment about something, we will talk about it in details later, because these people who accuse each other about Aqidah, most of them are ignorant about Aqidah, ignorant about what is behind and how to talk about it. So we will talk about this later, but please, brothers and sisters, relax and concentrate on your relation with Allah. Concentrate on you reforming yourself and your hearts and your minds, and clear it. Love the Muslim, love the others. Now, why is important this Aqidah? Because, you know, however is your nature as a human being, you are, by your nature you are kind, by your nature you are not kind, you know, you are clever, you are not, you know, nobody without, you know, can live without religion. Without religion, you will be lost. Because what will control you? What will guide you? What will direct you in this life? We look and we see the other societies, you know. What will control you is What you inherited from others, from father, grandfathers, what the environment let you live in, what is your culture dictate you, and so on. Till a degree you can fight against the other who are not same like you, just because this is what you are familiar to. Even what is familiar to you is the biggest sin in the world, but still you are defending it because you have no guide, you have no manual. Allah sent it to us and guide us to it. So this is very important thing, because all our problems, it's coming from this part. And how you get, like the psychologist said, you have groups of idols in your mind. Part of it is what is your family and what the society put in your side, inside your brain, And many nations been changed according to media, according to the colonization, and so on. One of the old officers in the KGB, it's like CIA in America, said, we in Russia, KGB, that when we want to control any country, we destroy the moral system in this country, demoralization. And then this will help us to penetrate the societies. When drugs be there, when sex is available, no moralities about the relation between man and woman, and so on. So this will let the society prepared for us, as if we will come to save them by our modern way, and even we select one of them to be a leader, but he's belong to us, and he will be the hero, and so on. He explained in details. It's not our topic now, but what we concern about what he said about first destroy the moralization, the demoralization for the society. So destroy these moralities. So this people, they are not joking. They know that any civilization, if you want to make civilization without akhlaq, without moralities, without social moralities, you cannot build up anything. You will be a slave for somebody else. You will borrow others' moralities. You will borrow other norms, standard, even it's not part of your religion or part of your even culture, Like what happened when Prophet Muhammad came and said Allah is one. What they said in Surah Sad, and they wonder that Surah Sad 4 and 5, they wonder that there has come to them a warner from among themselves, means Rasul, among themselves, means a messenger, prophet. And the disbelievers say, this is an enchanter or a liar. He's like a magician or a liar. What? He makes the gods a single God. It is strange things in this, to be sure. So because he got something, they are not familiar with it. There are a lot of things happen before Islam, Jahiliyyah, like some tribes bury the girls alive, babies, and nobody deny this, and nobody say no. It's normal for them. In our modern societies, you can see, pornography, you can see nudity, you can see immoral actions everywhere, and it become normal. People start to accept it easy, as if there is no problem, and this is the big problem, and this is the thing need you, us as a Muslim, to wake up this humanity in our societies, especially the places where Muslims are minority, they can add value to this society, save it. If we talk about Philippines, for example, the Muslims can really do a lot for this country and help them. They are lost. Literally, it's losing. I talk to parents, I find them, they don't know how to deal and raise up the kids. I talk to the kids, girls, boys, they don't know what is the limitation. They just follow what is the environment and the society dictate them, which is not Bayanihan culture. So normalization for demoralization, it is the big disaster. So who want to reform in the society and build up against society must be based on something solid, based on a source never end, giving him strength, giving him power, giving him energy, giving him mercy to the others to help them, and nothing better than our Islam. For that, understanding our Aqidah and make all your deeds for Allah, not for your madhab, not for your group, not for your tribe, it is for Allah. Yeah. So it is the real gate for this reforming in our life. The Iman. Iman, which I said before, fill all your heart and your mind. And we can find a lot of verses in Quran. Maybe later we can tell you about some verses. You can revise it by yourself, because we have a limit time for the lectures. But I can tell you about Surah Al-Mu'minun from 1 to 11. You can find explanation about Qad Aflah Al-Mu'minun. What is their character? You can read it by yourself. So to understand this and understand the meaning of La ilaha illallah, we will understand why most of the secondary tashri'ah, secondary laws, social laws especially, coming in revealed in Medina after Mecca, is all related to Iman. Always Allah say, Ya ayyuha alladhina amanu, do so and so and so. Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, man kana ahadakum yu'min billahi wal yawmil akhir, if you among you who believe in Allah and the judgment day, so honor his guest. Who believe in Allah and the yawm al-akhir, honored his neighbor. Man kana yu'min billahi wal yawm al-akhir, say good or shut up or be silent. Always related to Iman, and this is very important sign. And if we see the Sahaba before Islam and after Islam, it is, and their character before Islam and after Islam, it is considered a miracle how they shift from being aggressive, killing, doing all the things you can imagine it, to this Sahaba who spread Islam all over the world and for the people. So when people meet each other and their hearts on La ilaha illallah like Sahaba, I think it will be a society, and understand their aqidah and everything. It will be society, no need to advise people, be good to your neighbor, be good to your brothers, good to your sister, to your parents. We will not need that when we understand it in a right way. Now, the second foundation, understanding, a deep understanding and correct for Islam. Islam is not a political party, is not a philosophical idea, or it's not a theory made by man. It's not any of this. It is from Allah Azza wa Jal. And it is the way to adjust and reform and correct our psychological life, our financial life, our social life, our mental life, our even everything aspect in our life, economical, financial, everything, and including of the even individual, how the individual must be. And Islam prepare and has all the means to establish the relation, the good relation based on love and mercy between man and man, man and animal, man and plants, man with the microbes even, and with the sky and earth and clouds and planets. Your relation with everything is there, if we understand really our Islam. Of course, if you find the verse Fussilat 41 and 42, and most surely it is a mighty book, falsehood shall not come to it from before it nor from behind it, a revelation from the wise, the praised one. كتاب إنه لكتاب عزيز لا يأتيه الباطل من بين يديه ولا من خلفه. No batil, no falsehood coming from this. But this book, brothers and sisters, many of people concentrate on Aqidah. May Allah bless them. Many people concentrate teaching, worshipping. May Allah bless them. And rare these people who teach about the social morality. We have to know, Allah who said in the Quran, إِلَهَكُمْ إِلَهٌ وَاحِدٌ, your God is one God. And who said to you, أَقِيمُوا الصَّلَاةَ وَآتُوا الزَّكَاةَ, who said, perform prayer and pay the charity. He's the same one who told the men and the husband for the lady, عاشرهن بالمعروف, means how to deal with your wife with love and with the good manners, with mercy between wife and husband. He's the same who said about قضى ربك لا تعبدوا إلا إياه وبالوالدين إحسانا, means to treat your parents dutiful to them, giving them all the love, even they are non-Muslims. He's the same who told you واعتصموا بحبل الله جميعا, hold fast, all of you together, the rope of Allah. It is the same Quran. Some people never look at these verses or look at it like just read it. And Bani Israel, when Allah told them, when they take some of his teachers and leave the other, أَتُؤْمِنُونَ بِبَعْضِ الْكِتَابِ وَتَكْفُرُونَ بِبَعْضِ, do you believe on part of the book and deny the rest of the book? So we have to understand the comprehensive understanding of Islam. There is a very important thing. The Quran is 114 chapter, more than 6,000 verses. Some say 6,200 because scholar has different idea. This sentence or these two sentences, it's around 6,000 plus. And 77,439 words. Every word of this, every single word of the Quran need not any scholar, a real scholar, a real alim, and this we'll talk about it because many call themselves alim these days. A real alim who knows and deeply, a lot of standards and a lot of science of the Quran, even the language in details, and he knows the difference between, for example, الناسخ والمنسوخ, المطلق والمقيد, العام والخاص, المتقدم والمتأخر, and like الأمر الذي بمقتضى الوجوب والأمر الذي صرفته عن الإيجاب قرينة من القرائن, and so on. I say it in Arabic purposely because I want to tell you, I will not translate it, but it is not like simple as people make themselves scholars and said we know, and they don't know. Please let us be honest to ourselves. Most of the people nowadays on internet, or most, I'm not saying all, but many kids, they are imitative. Say I am imitate my sheikh, imitate, but you are not alim. You are not a person qualified to distribute. You will go to hell. You will go to heaven. You are bad aqidah. You are good aqidah, and you don't know what you are talking about. And this is one of our disasters. Understanding the comprehensive of our religion in details needs an honest people. And please, these people who are facing and claim that they are da'iyas, or they must fear Allah and talk according to what they know. If you know something, talk according to what you know. Don't try to know everything and to answer everything and to be mufti of everything. This leads us to a disaster. This destroy, and I saw a lot of Muslim students in the universities, they start to hate religion. They start to go to be atheist from when they find this problem. So there is a verse, if you understand it good, nobody will dare to do that. Allah said, وَلَا تَقُولُوا لِمَا تصف ألسنتكم الكذب هذا حلال وهذا حرام لتفتروا على الله الكذب إن الذين يفترون على الله الكذب لا يفلحون. Nahl 1:16. The translation of this: and for what your tongue describe, do not utter a lie, saying like this is lawful and this is unlawful, in order to forge a lie against Allah. Surely those who forge the lie against Allah shall not prosper. Nahl 1:16. A little enjoyment and they shall have a painful punishment. If you understand this, you will not dare to start to attack the others without knowledge. And this is very important point. We have to know it. Before we going to reform ourselves, we have to revise what we are doing and what we are doing to our society around us and how we are judging them. Okay, and sometimes when you sit with some, you can say arrogant to what he has, small knowledge but arrogant about it. He say, I'm not believing in such in these scholars and this scholar. I will not listen for Shafi'i or Hanafi or Hanbali, and then start to insult everybody and start to talk from his mind. My dear, who doing this? As if you are canceling the whole system, the whole scholars, including Sahaba. You can find one issue in fiqh, starting by halal, ending by haram. Different opinions. And everyone has his own dalil, own proof, and opposite, So, and all of them fear Allah more than you. And most of them are spending their life, the entire life, reading and researching, not just read the book or hear a lecture or even enter Islamic university for a few years. People calling themselves Ustaz, Sheikh, and now Alim. Wallah, I saw people, they know nothing and their signature is Alim. They took some courses, And when somebody say, I'm coming from Saudi Arabia, I know what I'm saying, you must listen to me, I'm talking for you from Saudi Arabia. And if somebody make like this, using that he was here, it doesn't mean he's right in everything he say, because depend he listen from who, take it from who, the image, he look from a narrow angle. It doesn't mean from here means everything is right. You have a brain to think. We have huge inheritance of scholars wrote a lot of things. You know, you find Ibn Taymiyyah, Ibn al-Qayyim, Ibn Kathir, if you read their books, they wrote always the opinion of others, scholars, and their dalil, and then they said, our choice is so and so. They never accuse the other are kafir, or their aqidah is bad, or they insult. This is the akhlaq. You know, if you are in the right way, who is getting, obsessed? And it means ignorant. You know? It's mean ego. You are fighting for yourself, not for Allah. Learn from our old scholars how they wrote their books, how they disagree with the others, even Sahaba themselves. So, sorry, I'm getting nervous from this because I saw how it is reflect negative on our ummah. You know, you are talking about one ummah, and you cannot in one city, not one city, in one organization, the hearts are not united, love each other. Sickness of hearts are there. What about a city with many Islamic centers, everybody accuse the other, and then we are talking about one ummah. By this way we will make one ummah. Wallahi, I love you all. Wallahi, I don't want except khair. And I am talking according to knowledge. And I want you, brothers and sisters, to learn with me. As I am a student, I call myself a student for Islam, researchers for Islam. Nobody can call himself alim. Nobody. This is, you have to cross a lot of things in your life. So we are researchers, we are students, you know, we are still learning, and every day we will learn. Bismillah. So here, the last thing I want to say it before going to the other foundation, that all the energy we are using to prove that the other will go to fire hell, let us use it to unite ourselves, to reform ourselves first, and to love the other. If the other is wrong, ya akhi, you can make da'wah for him. You can in a nice way. If you see the other wrong, go back and ask more knowledgeable people that this disagreement is permissible, accepted in Islam, or different in schools or not. There are schools in Islam. It doesn't mean you have to squeeze people in one way of thinking. Even Sahaba was not like this. They were different. And they are ignorant of, even Abu Bakr radiallahu, when he took his place and they asked him, a grandmother can inherit, he said no. And then one of the Sahaba told him, Utbah, he told him, no, I hear Prophet Muhammad said that the grandmother inherit from her grandson 1/6 of the wealth. He corrected Abu Bakr. Why? Abu Bakr did not hear this hadith from Prophet Muhammad, but other hear it. So you want to some people want to convince us that they know more than Sahaba even. They know everything, mashallah. So this is not accusing anybody, but this invitation, a call to clean our hearts and to start together how to clean ourselves and our minds and give hand. And thanks Allah that there are Muslims somewhere, do hijab and can cover a gap, thagra, in one place, and instead of throwing stone on them. Let us love each other. I am talking about everybody. I am not mean any kind of mazhab. I am talking about everybody, all the Muslims. Now, the third foundation to clean up our sickness, our heart diseases, and this divide to two. The inner diseases, like hate, like jealousy, like all of kind of this from the heart, and the external one, when this reflect outside, oppress the others, for example, don't give the right to the other, and so on. So we will start, inshallah, next lecture in this foundation's third one, and we will start by arrogance. And this is very important. Again, brothers and sisters, I want you to listen to me with your heart and your mind. And I pray for Allah to open your mind and your heart for what I am saying, for the sake of Allah, and only for the sake of Allah. And hopefully that you can be the lifter of your society, your communities and your society and your country, and you can be a model for the other Muslims and even other nations. We can do it, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.